Atlantic Broadband Cable, in cooperation with the South Union Township Supervisors, presents the South Union Township Sports Network. Today via tape delay from the home of the Laurel Highlands girls soccer team here at Mustang Field. The Laurel Highlands Mustangs take on the Mount Pleasant Vikings. Hi, everybody. I'm Brian Morozak with Jerry Dupay, and we welcome you aboard for tonight's girls soccer game. South Union Township Sports Network coverage is brought to you as a joint cooperative venture featuring Township Supervisors Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott, Atlantic Broadband Cable, Armstrong Cable, and our friends at CUTV, including Gary Smith. Again, I'm Brian Morozak with Jerry Dupay, and we'll be back with the lineups for both teams after these messages.
Chesler's Furniture at 601 Pittsburgh Street, Uniontown has been in business since 1950 and has a wide variety of furniture for all of your needs. At Chesler's, they have a wide assortment of living room recliners, kitchen sets, bedroom mattresses, and accessories that can decorate your home for years to come. Choose from many companies including Lazy Boy, Best, King Hickory, Hammery, Lancer, Wildwood, Von Bassett, and White Dove. Chesler's also services what they sell. Stop into Chesler's Fine Furniture, Route 51 north of Uniontown, and see Kim, Christy, Ted, and Rich. They'll be happy to help you with all of your needs. Chesler's Furniture, where customers send their friends.
We're back here at Laurel Highlands High School. Girls soccer action. The Laurel Highlands Mustangs hosting the Mount Pleasant Vikings. I'm now going to turn it over to our public address announcer, Barry Rosner, for tonight's starting lineups.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the campus of Laurel Highlands Senior High School and Mustang Field, where tonight it's girls soccer action as the Mustangs of Laurel Highlands is hosting the Vikings from Mount Pleasant. Ladies and gentlemen, a reminder to everyone that there's no smoking anywhere on the property here at Laurel Highlands. Ladies and gentlemen, now if you ask if you would to direct your attention down to the 50-yard line as we'll meet tonight's starting lineups. First of all, for our visitors, the Mount Pleasant Vikings under the head coaching of Josh Pajak and Haley Scavira. Here is their starting lineup. A senior, number 10, Ali Caputa. A senior, number 25, Alexis Salopek. A senior, number 2, Lexi Grosser. A senior, number 8, Anna Billy. A junior, number 5, Maddie Petrokovich. A junior, number 19, Christina Shagan. A junior, number 4, Ali Bloom. A junior, number 6, Brianna Laser. A sophomore, number 22, Cherie Ansel. A sophomore, number 12, Jenna Toohey. And a goalkeeper, senior, Chelsea Frock. And now the starting lineup for the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. Under the head coaching of Dave Sahida and assisted by David Sahida, here is their starting lineup. A senior, number 5, Amanda Means. A junior, number 9, Bryn Lilly. A junior, number 19, Grace Chambers. A junior, number 10, Erica Tarr. A freshman, number 23, Lexi Harrigus. A sophomore, number 32, Maggie Cunningham. A sophomore, number 14, Kristen Marmol. A sophomore, number 8, Abby Miller. A freshman, number 13, Sydney Chido. And a goalkeeper, a junior, Anna Sepik. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask if you would to please rise. And gentlemen, we ask if you would to please remove your hats in the singing of our national anthem by Laurel Highlands girls soccer player and high school sophomore Elena Jerome.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say doth that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And good luck to both teams.
Elena Jerome there with the national anthem. The start of tonight's match is up next. Laurel Highlands hosting Mount Pleasant here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Tonight's game is being brought to you in part by State Representative Tim Mahoney of the 51st Legislative District. With offices in Uniontown and Chalk Hill, Representative Mahoney is dedicated to providing the best leadership and quality representation to his constituents. He can be reached at 66A Lebanon Avenue in Uniontown, 724-438-6100, and in Chalk Hill at 2925 National Pike, 724-437-2521. Good luck to all of the area teams from State Representative Tim Mahoney of the 51st Legislative District.
Esophageal reflux affects 20% of Americans and can lead to heartburn, regurgitation, chest pain, and difficulty swallowing. Reflux is caused by stomach contents passing a faulty valve and entering the esophagus. Ulcers and precancerous tissue can then form. Doctors Ruthart, Calabrese, Stokes, and Ballou offer the latest testing and treatment for reflux disease. SWGI, specialists in digestive health.
Good luck to the Mustangs from the South Union Township Supervisors, Rick Vernon, Jason Scott, and Robert Schiffbar.
Back here at Laurel Highlands High School, the Mustangs hosting the Mount Pleasant Vikings. Dave Sahida, the head coach of Laurel Highlands. They enter tonight's match 3-2-2 overall and 2-1-1 in conference play. The Mount Pleasant Vikings, coached by Josh Pajak, 4-1-1 overall, 3-0-1 in conference play. The Vikings currently atop the Section 2 AAA conference at a 3-0-1 conference mark. Greensburg-Salem just behind at 4-1. Laurel Highlands and Bell Vernon tied for third place at 2-1-1 in the conference, and Elizabeth Forward sitting at 1-1-3. And you kind of get the feeling it's a 5-horse race for the 4 playoff spots in the conference. Laurel Highlands coming off a 5-1 loss to Greensburg-Salem last time out. Mount Pleasant actually unbeaten in their last 5, 4-0-1. Their only loss in their opener to the Connellsville Falcons. Mount Pleasant defending the goal to our right. And there you see in the center circle, Alexis Salopik and Lexi Grosser getting this match underway for the Vikings in their away reds. White numbers, Laurel Highlands, and the home whites, blue numbers, and red shorts. Big conference matchup for both of these teams, currently in playoff position with the top 4 teams out of the 7-team Section 2 conference qualifying for the postseason. Allie Bloom pushes it up through center for Mount Pleasant, but Sid Chido knocks it down there for Laurel Highlands. Up on the near side to Grace Chambers. Chambers and Erica Tarr enter this match, leading Laurel Highlands with 12 goals apiece on the season. They've certainly done a nice job on that front line for the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. There's Chambers off to Tarr, trying to chip it back to Chambers, top of the box on the back line for Mount Pleasant. Christina Shagan able to push it back down the field for the Vikings, and they'll try to lead a rush up on the far side. Alexis Salopek battling there, and on the long clear, Jenna Tui will send it down the field. Intended there for Allie Bloom, well defended by Laurel Highlands. Lexi Harrigus. Be a throw-in for the Vikings here on the near side. Sherry Ansel. An intended pass there to Brianna Laser goes all the way back to the Mustang keeper Anna Sepik. Mount Pleasant with 5 seniors, 4 juniors, and 2 sophomores. And their starting lineup, Laurel Highlands, a much younger team. In fact, only 1 senior starting for the Mustangs today. It's number 5, Amanda Means, the only senior on the Laurel Highlands roster. Kristen Marvel on the far side, loses it there for the Mustangs. Mount Pleasant goes high. Another little touch there from Bryn Lilly, trying to send it over to Sid Chido, but the Vikings on the intercept. Lexi Grosser trying to lead it in. The Mustangs send it out. Grace Chambers can't get by the Vikings back line. Ansel sends it out of the zone. And the Vikings try to set something up here. Again, sent high by Ansel. Pass intended for Alexis Salopik. Laurel Highlands knocks it down, and the ball out of play on the far side. The Vikings toss it in. There's Grace Chambers in open space, looking there for Amanda Means. Goes through Means. Loose here on the near touchline. Means trying to keep it alive in front of Alexis Grosser of Mount Pleasant. Jenna Tui reloads on the throw-in. Played there by Chido on the near side again to Means. A little battle for the loose ball. Allie Bloom will pull it back over to Anna Billy. Billy goes out wide to Christina Shagan. A touch there from Salopek. Back to Shagan on the ball out of play. Played just over 3 minutes. Scoreless between Laurel Highlands and Mount Pleasant. The first time since 2013 these two teams have gotten together here on the pitch. The last meeting, you go back to September the 3rd of 2013, a 7-4 Mount Pleasant win over Laurel Highlands. We have a substitution on the Laurel Highlands side. Might have a Mustang injury down there. Grace Chambers checking out of the game, and looks like Taylor Maggart, the sophomore, checking in for the Mustangs. Chambers getting attended to on the Mustang bench. We mentioned she came into the match leading Laurel Highlands along with Erica Tarr with 12 goals apiece on the season. Battle for it there on the far side. Anna Billy sends it back down the field to Brianna Laser. Pushed up to Allie Bloom. Bloom back through center here for the Vikings. Touchdown the near side to Jenna Tui. Pulled back, little collision there. Sid Chido got run over by Jenna Tui. Foul against the Vikings. Maggie Cunningham's put down the free kick here for the Mustangs. And Cunningham plays it back down the pitch. Knocked out of play here in the near side. We said Chambers was out. Chambers still in there on the Laurel Highlands side, number 19. So we'll have to get some clarification down there as far as which Mustang was injured. Here's Cunningham with another free kick. Send it down looking for Erica Tarr, headed there by Mount Pleasant's Ali Caputa. Off to Christina Shagan. Getting the ball out on the far side. Macy Valek will take this throw in for Laurel Highlands. Valek lobs there for Chambers. Bodies it in, draws the double team off to Means. Looks to center, but cleared there by Anna Billy of Mount Pleasant. Vikings try to set something up through center. Allie Bloom pulls it back. Goes wide here on the near side to Jenna Tui in open space. Tui tries to work to her right, well defended there by Maggie Cunningham. Vikings try to stay on it. Brianna Laser looks to center. Ball loose in the box. Will be scooped up there by Laurel Highlands keeper Anna Sepik. And the junior boots it back to center. Through Grace Chambers. Headed on the other side by Maddie Petrakovich. Vikings try to go wide. Shagan, a little fan, told the injured Mustang, number 14, Kristen Marmel, to the sophomore Marmel out for now. And as we said, Taylor Maggard into the game. Mustangs already shorthanded coming into this match. Nina Nickman in concussion protocol. They're hoping to have her back for next week. There's Sid Chido's shot going wide. Nickman a big loss on that defensive line. Mustang Junior, number 12. Ali Caputa to take this free kick for the Vikings. Headed there by Chambers out of play. A little bit of a slow start on both sides. These two teams feeling each other out. Sherry Ansel on the lob. Over the head of Lexi Harrigus. Now Cunningham a boot forward, looking there for Chambers. Again, well defended there by Anna Billy. Goes back up to Erica Tarr, but she can't get too far. Nice clear off the back line by Shagan. Touch there from Allie Bloom. The Vikings trying to set something up here in the Mustang zone. They'll settle it back to Sherry Ansel. Touch forward to Allie Bloom. The Mustang goes down. That's Chido. Petrakovich coming forward there for the Vikings. Touch there by Bloom. Here's Mount Pleasant on the run. Lexi Grosser looking to center. And again, scooped up by Anna Sepik in front of the chasing Lexi Salopek. And Sepik sends it back to center. Headed back there by Ansel. Chido tries to knock it down. Mustangs a little boot, but right back on that Vikings back line. Shagan down the far side. Into Laser. Laser sends it down the far touch line. Cunningham there for Laurel Highlands. We'll keep it in play with Lexi Salopik tracking. The Mustangs played out of their own zone. Taylor Maggard on the clear. Last touch by the Mustangs going out. And Shagan sends it back in play. Touch there by Billy. Mustangs pick it up again. Chido a little push. And the Vikings have it here on the other side. Lexi Grosser looking to center. Reset here to Anna Billy. Billy again going wide. Touch there by Shagan. Most of the action's been in the midfield so far. A long shot out there from 30 yards, just going wide from Anna Billy. So we've played almost 10 minutes of soccer. This match still scoreless. We'll have a corner kick here for the Vikings to be taken by Allie Bloom. Vikings junior. Bloom over there with Anna Billy, and they'll go quickly here. It's Bloom on the near side, centering for Billy. Billy's shot just goes wide here on the near side. Probably the best scoring opportunity we've seen on either side so far. It looks like the ruling here is the ball was deflected by a Mustang going out. Another corner kick here for the Vikings. This time it'll be Jenna Tui to take it. Tui goes low. Loose out in front. And the Mustangs' Amanda Means on the clear. Certainly dangerous there on the near post. Petrakovich plays it back into the Laurel Highlands zone. A little header there from Jenna Tui. Tui tries to stay with it, sends it off to her right. Sid Chido able to clear, though, for Laurel Highlands. Forward to Grace Chambers. Has Erica Tarr to her left. As Chambers comes back through center. She'll outlet to Tarr. Tarr 1-on-2 coming back. Her shot attempt blocked. Going out, we'll see if it actually did deflect off a Viking player. The ruling is going to be no. It will be a goal kick here for Mount Pleasant. The Vikings make a quick change. Checking out of the game, number 25, Lexi Salopek. We'll check on who the new Viking is in the lineup. I believe it's number 20, Courtney Harvey, checking in. Vikings play it back to center. Chambers is there. Settled into Chido. Up to Erica Tarr. Tarr in traffic. Petrakovich on the send out on the far side for the Vikings. Laurel Highlands reloads. Looking there for Tarr. That ball going over the hill. Kristen Marmol again on the throw-in. Sends it in looking for Bryn Lilly. Tarr a touch, looks to center, and again cleared out, this time by Ali Caputa. Another bounce in to Erica Tarr. Tarr chips looking there for Chambers out in front. Save made by Chelsea Frock. 12 minutes in, this match still scoreless. Mount Pleasant's been a strong girls soccer program over the years. Won 14-3-2 a season ago. And a first-round playoff win over Ringgold before losing to South Fayette in the quarterfinals.
Number 14, Kristen Marmol. Also into the game for Mount Pleasant was number 20, Courtney Harvey.
Kristen Marmol back into the game for Laurel Highlands. And as we told you, Courtney Harvey also checked in on the Mount Pleasant side. There's Allie Bloom. I'll send it off to her right. Touched again there by Shagan. Looking to center. That pass intended for Jenna Tui. Lexi Harrigus, some solid defense there on the Mustang side. Little touch there from Anna Billy. Over to Bloom, now back to Billy again. The ball goes out of play. Last touch by Mount Pleasant. And another Laurel Highlands goal kick. We're 13 minutes in. Still looking for our first goal of the evening. Maggie Cunningham to take this goal kick for the Mustangs. Vikings pick it back up. A little rush here from Lexi Grosser. Trying to center. Again, Cunningham on the defense on the Laurel Highlands side. Our match officials here tonight, George Vargo, and back for a second straight night, Johnny Marcolini. He was here for the Laurel Highlands boys game last night against Albert Gallatin. So a corner kick here on the near side. Bloom and Billy both there. Will be Bloom to dribble it out. She'll send it back to Billy. Billy's side of the box blocked out in front by the Mustangs. And Erica Tarr trying to race out of her own zone. Ran into Allie Caputa of Mount Pleasant. Vikings trying to settle it back down top of the box, crossed out in front, and picked up again by Anna Sepik. Sepik now jogs to the edge of the box. She'll set it high in the air for the Mustangs. Headed there by Sheree Ansel. Bryn Lilly will try to touch it ahead to Grace Chambers, defended again by Ansel. Headed there by Shagan. Played up to Lexi Grosser. Grosser 1-on-3, waits for some reinforcements. Gets it on the left there from Allie Bloom. Bloom plays it back to Jenna Tui, who loses the handle here on the near side. Ball out of play and back. They're going to say off of Laurel Highlands now. The two teams not sure who should be taking the throw-in. Waiting for some clarification. I thought it was the Mustangs' ball. It is. Lexi Harrigus will take the throw-in. Harrigus only a freshman. Sends it in to Chambers, who tiptoes the near line before it's sent out there by Maddie Petrakovich. That was last touched by Chambers going out. So Ansel takes the throw, again down the near touchline. Harrigus will try to track it down, and she'll let it go back there to the Mustangs' defensive line, and Mount Pleasant gets another opportunity to set things up here through the midfield. Going to settle it down top of the box, Lexi Grosser, and well defended by the Mustangs. There's Sid Chido out of her own zone. Chido looking there for Chambers, and played back again by Petrakovich for Mount Pleasant. Lexi Harrigus on another throw-in. Headed there by Chambers. Not getting much help there up front. Petrakovich, a near fan. Ball goes out of play. Amanda Means reloads there for the Mustangs. Forward again to Grace Chambers. Chambers off to her left. Over to Erica Tarr, top of the box. Tarr dances there for the Mustangs. Back to Bryn Lilly, but cleared once again by Anna Billy. Little open space here for the Vikings. They can't take advantage. Abby Miller there on the clear for Laurel Highlands. And the playoff sides on the far side. Erica Tarr behind the last defender. And a free kick here for the Vikings. With 23:20 left here in the first half. Still scoreless. Allie Caputa to take this free kick. She'll boot it down in open space. Lexi Salopik on her horse trying to track it down. And Macy Valek was there for the Mustangs, but she lost it on the far line, so it will be Courtney Harvey to take this throw-in for the Vikings. Harvey on the lob, touch there from Salopek. Set wide now on the near side. Vikings keep possession for now. Touch there from Emily Donison, seeing her first action.
Game for the Vikings is number 9, Emily Donison.
And the throw in here for the Vikings. This actually bounces over to Laurel Highlands' Grace Chambers. Trying to settle down to Chido, who misfired on a pass. Emily Donaldson able to pick it back up there for the Vikings. Touch forward in open space, but too far for Alexi Salopek. And another Laurel Highlands goal kick. With 21:51 left here in the first half, we'll step aside for a quick timeout. Scoreless here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Creditors calling you day and night? Your debt overwhelms you? Although you may feel that you're in a hopeless situation, Zebley, Mahalev & White can help. We're a full-service local bankruptcy firm that knows what a difficult time this is and what to do to help you get a fresh start. Call Zebley, Mahalev & White today for a free consultation. Your hometown bankruptcy firm. Call us today.
Don't borrow more money until you talk to Zebley, Mahalev & White.
At what point did everything change? When did service get taken out of service industries? It's too bad, because people are busy these days. At life, at work, at play. When it comes to your hard-earned money, you want service. Real service from a person you know and a face you trust. At a bank where changing with the times doesn't mean leaving people behind. We're proud to be a part of your community. We're United Bank, at your service.
Back here at Mustang Field, Maggie Cunningham to take the goal kick here for the Mustangs. This match still scoreless. Mount Pleasant and Laurel Highlands almost midway through the first half. Courtney Harvey there for Mount Pleasant. And now Anna Billy. Billy shot on goal. Save made there by Anna Sepik. And Sepik again out to the edge of her box. She'll play this back to center. Amanda Means there for Laurel Highlands. Means trying to touch it forward. Ends up going back to Lexi Harrigus. We'll send it up to Erica Tar. Now Grace Chambers, but Chambers can't fight off the double team. That's Allie Caputa on the clear. Caputa now on the near side. Touches it down to Jenna Tui. Now Caputa again. As the Vikings look to set something up. Mentioned Tui there, sister Jordan, quite an athlete at Mount Pleasant. Graduated a few years back. Actually has the all-time record here at Mount Pleasant for goals in a season. Was a heck of a basketball player as well. And Jordan's sister Jenna, sophomore on this Viking soccer team. Again, Sepik on the scoop up. She'll get played back to center. Laurel Highlands looking to get to the postseason for the first time since 2001. Haven't had a winning season since 2004. For the way this 2016 campaign is going, with Laurel Highlands early on in this conference season, sitting with a 2-1-1 conference record, I think a very good chance you'll see the Mustangs in the postseason here in 2016. We mentioned Laurel Highlands coming off a 5-1 loss against Greensburg-Salem, a game the Mustangs could have very easily won. Talking to Mustang head coach Dave Sahida earlier as Grace Chambers tries to track this one down. He said the Mustangs jumped out to a 1-0 lead in that game. They kind of self-destructed in the second half, had a couple of own goals. Ended up losing 5-1, but he said the match much closer than the final score indicated. Here's Amanda Means again to throw it in. Tar there. She couldn't find the ball. Played back to center to Lexi Salopek again. Went wide. Intended for Courtney Harvey. She couldn't track it down. Macy Valak will play it back in. Abby Miller on the Mustang clear. Forward to Grace Chambers. Chambers settles it down to Erica Tar, but sent out of play. On the back line by Allie Caputa. Allie Jamison seeing her first match action for the Mustangs, wearing number 11. A stoppage here on the Mustang throw-in from the far side. It's Kristen Marmol now ready to work it in. Marmol, a little lob there for Erica Tar. Broken up and again sent out of play by the Vikings. Marmol reloads again. Again looking for Tar. Played back here on the near side. Jamison had a shot at it. Now Jamison back. Trying to track it down. That healed forward there by Lexi Salopek. Right to the foot of Amanda Means. Another touch from Jamison. Sent wide on the far side. Played ahead by Marmol. Up to Erica Tar. Tar getting around Anna Billy, looking to center, but cleared once again by Sherry Ansel of Mount Pleasant. Back up the field to Lexi Salopek. And now Allie Bloom. Bloom touched forward on her horse, trying to track it down as Courtney Harvey. But the Mustang keeper Anna Sepik on another scoop up. Haven't had too many offensive chances on either side so far. This match pretty nip and tuck here at Mustang Field. It's amazing the number of draws we've seen in the conference this year. Elizabeth Forward 1-1-3 in conference matches. And Belle Vernon, Laurel Highlands, and Mount Pleasant also have draws on the season. As we said, you have 5 teams that seem pretty evenly matched in the conference. Mount Pleasant, Greensburg-Salem, Laurel Highlands, Belle Vernon, and Elizabeth Forward as Maggie Cunningham gets set to take this free kick here for the Mustangs. You kind of figure it'll be those 5 teams battling it out for 4 playoff spots in the conference. And right now, Mount Pleasant and Greensburg-Salem, the early leg up in the conference. But if the Mustangs get a win here for Mount Pleasant, it'll certainly tighten things up here at mid-pack. And here's Grace Chambers. An open run. She'll look to cross out in front. Erica Tarr is there. Try to chip it back to Chambers. But the Vikings again play it back to center. That one lost out of play off of Lexi Harrigus, the Mustang freshman, and out. And the Mustangs have to get back defensively. Harrigus trying to get back there on Lexi Salopek. And Harrigus clears it back to Emily Donaldson of Mount Pleasant. Harrigus another touch. And the Vikings keeping possession. Jenna Toohey down the near side, no one home. Another Laurel Highlands goal kick with 15:39 left here in the first half. Still scoreless. Laurel Highlands and Mount Pleasant here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Maggie Cunningham to take another goal kick. Back to center looking for Erica Tarr. Tara, a little scrum there with Brianna Laser, and Tarr wins the ball. Tarr with Chambers to her right will send it in Grace's direction. And Chambers, a nice run here for the Mustangs. Unable to generate a shot. Ball, though, still loose in the Mount Pleasant zone and finally cleared out in front of the keeper, Chelsea Frocks. Even after Chambers fanned, entering the box, the ball still springing loose. And maybe the best scoring opportunity we've seen on either side so far tonight through 25 minutes of soccer. We'll take a quick time out here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Just sit right down and you hear a tale of a fateful call. You better pay those bills right now or you take a mighty fall. He really didn't know what to do, so he turned to those who did. Zeppeli, Mahalev, and White, your bankruptcy crew. Your bankruptcy crew. So no matter how deep in debt you are, if your back's against the wall, Zeppeli, Mahalev, and White, just give them a call.
Here we go, Mustangs, here we go. 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 Who are you rooting for?
Here at Mustang Field, Laurel Highlands, a throw-in here in the Mount Pleasant zone. Taylor Maggart looking into center.
Laurel Highlands, number 18, Taylor Maggart.
Maggart another touch. Trying to track it down there is Kristen Marmol, but the Vikings another clear back to center.
Entry for the Vikings. Number 6 was Brianna Laser earlier.
Back to Abby Miller.
2, Alexi Grosser.
Miller out of her own zone, plays it back to center. Vikings, though, send it along on the other side. Touch there from Salopek. Was looking for Harvey, but again cleared by Laurel Highlands. Back to Ansel again. Got around Jamison. Goes wide on the far side over to Shagan. Into Laser. Top of the box to Allie Bloom, who fires. And Anna Sepik there to make the save for Laurel Highlands defensively. Will be a Mount Pleasant corner kick here from the near side down to 13:25 left here in the first half, still scoreless. Courtney Harvey to take the corner kick. Harvey sends it into the box. Mustangs try to head it out, still loose here on the near post. And I believe last touch there by Taylor Maggart of Laurel Highlands going out. So this will be another Mount Pleasant corner kick as we go under 13 minutes left here in the first half. Harvey to take it again. Harvey goes low this time. Mustangs look to clear, but not out. Low shot attempt there from Allie Bloom, blocked out in front. The ball played back to Christina Shagan on the far side. Shagan, though, a little defensive pressure is fouled. It'll be a free kick here for the Vikings. Sent into the box and headed out by the Mustangs. Loose here on the near side. Chambers trying to track it down for Laurel Highlands. Sherry Ansels played well defensively for Mount Pleasant tonight. She was there and made sure Chambers did not have a run down the field. You can kind of sense some frustration on that Mustang front line. We mentioned Erica Tarr and Grace Chambers, 12 goals apiece entering this match, and they've been completely shut down here in the opening 28.5 minutes here at Mustang Field. Ansel will take another throw in here for the Vikings. It was right to Sid Chido of Laurel Highlands. Vikings again reload. Mustangs go high. Little header there from Laser. She'll get it back again. Try to settle it down on the far side to set up an attack offensively here. Anna Billy. Billy tried a little crossover move, but not fooled there was Abby Miller. And Miller a nice clear. Back to Ali Caputa. Caputa trying to reset. Off there to Christina Shagan. Again, high top of the 18. And touch there from Miller, not out. And a Billy's low shot blocked out in front. This will be another corner kick. With 10.5 minutes left here in the first half, Mount Pleasant and Laurel Highlands still scoreless. Courtney Harvey again to take it. Harvey goes low, and a little poke out there for the Mustangs' Kristen Marmol. Harvey now reloads on a throw-in into Anna Billy. Billy on the far side trying to keep it in play. Send it back to Harvey again. Harvey back into the box. Touch there from Grosser. Back out to Harvey. Now Anna Billy again will go wide here on the near side. Unable to track it down for Mount Pleasant was Brianna Laser. And Taylor Maggart will give way here to Lexi Harrigus for the throw-in. Harrigus again down the near line. Settled in by Maggart and played out. Brian Morozak alongside Jerry Dupay tonight on the South Union Township Sports Network. We thank you for joining us, whether you're watching on Atlantic Broadband Channel 17, Armstrong Channel 61, or on our YouTube page. We appreciate you joining us for high school girls soccer action, our second look at the Mustang girls soccer team here on the South Union Township Sports Network this season. Hope to have many more matches to come later on this season. Mustangs won't play another home game until a week from Saturday, when they'll battle it out with Elizabeth Forward. That'll be a big conference game on October the 1st. 2:30 starts.
And re-entry early in this game was number 12 for Mount Pleasant, Jenna Tui. Also number 4, Allie Bloom. And for Laurel Highlands was number 5, Amanda Means.
You heard from Barry Rosner, Tui and Bloom back in on the Mount Pleasant side. Amanda Means back in on the Laurel Highlands side. And here's Maggie Cunningham with a free kick for the Mustangs. Cunningham, the little lob into the box, one hop. Back to Chelsea Frock. Down 8 minutes left before halftime as Frock plays it back to center. Chido ran into Brianna Laser. We play on, and Kristen Marmol with some solid defense there, but Alexi Harrigus on the clear forward to Grace Chambers. Chambers kind of heads it to herself, knocks it down, and on the settle, she'll come forward and send it off to her left, looking for Erica Tarr. But again on the clear out is Christina Shagan from Mount Pleasant. Harrigus again to work it in here for the Mustangs. On the lob, looking there for Marmol. Defended by Tui. Cunningham a little touch. On the far side, Shagan will send it out for the Vikings. Macy Valek to reload for Laurel Highlands. Valek looking there for Amanda Means. Again sent out by Mount Pleasant's Christina Shagan. And played back to the Laurel Highlands defensive line, and Maggie Cunningham, a little pressure there from Allie Bloom. Things getting a little helter-skelter for Laurel Highlands defensively. Brianna Laser trying to settle things down there for the Vikings. Will go wide on the far side again to Shagan. Battling there with Erica Tarr. Now Tarr try and add some pressure to the Vikings defensive line, but they'll clear it back forward. Harrigus there for Laurel Highlands, scrumming with Allie Bloom. Bloom works it off to her right. Anna Billy bodies it in, sends it off to her left, top of the box. Mustang goes down. Jenna Tui's shot attempt was blocked. Mustangs played back to center. Erica Tarr forward. They're looking for Grace Chambers. But again, sent along by the Vikings. And settled down by Tui, who then loses it here on the near side of Kristen Marmol. But Marmol's run short-lived as Emily Donaldson sends it back down the field for the Vikings. It's been that kind of game on both sides. A lot of action in the midfield. And not a lot of action inside the 18 on either side. Harrigus to take this throw, and Mustangs making another change back into the game on the Laurel Highlands side. Kristen Marmol coming in for Taylor Maggart.
Re-entry for Laurel Highlands, number 14, Kristen Marmol.
Mustangs have made a number of changes here in the first half. Actually, both sides have. Trying to stay fresh. Keeping both myself and Barry Rosner on our toes up here in the press box. Down a 5-16 left in a fast-moving first half. Haven't had too many stoppages. There's Macy Valek on the far line. Forward to Erica Tarr. Settled in. Sid Gido playing it along to Tarr, who tries to chip forward. Chambers had a nice run, and now she'll get it back again, top of the box. Bloom went down for the Vikings. And it'll be Donaldson on another clear on the Mount Pleasant side. And the ball loose here on the near line. Marmol a little touch along, looking there for Chambers. Chambers settles it down. Here's Grace Chambers again, getting away from Emily Donaldson. Chambers looking for the cross, but broken up there by Maddie Petrakovich. Chambers again fires into the box, loose up top. Shot going wide here on the near side. And still in play. And now out. Off of Mount Pleasant and out. Marmol to take the throw in. Bryn Lilly battling there for the Mustangs over to Erica Tarr. And her attempt partially blocked and then goes wide. Still scoreless, Laurel Highlands and Mount Pleasant here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Final 3.5 minutes of this first half. And a corner upcoming here for the Mustangs. Be taken by junior Bryn Lilly. Lilly puts it down from the far side. She'll lob it high into the box. Loose out in front. Mustangs able to generate a shot there. Played back into the box, and this time cleared out by Jenna Tui. Lob there from Marmol, intended for Chambers. Once again cleared by Emily Donaldson back to center. Vikings try to settle it down with Brianna Laser. Wide to Christina Shagan. Another touch there from Laser. And Laurel Highlands, Macy Valek sending it out on the far side. Down to 2:30 left. This match still scoreless. Scoreboard trying to get the Mustangs fired up. Here another nice night for high school soccer. Game time temperature around 75 degrees under clear skies. Well, it's been a busy week here at Laurel Highlands. The boys coming off of back-to-back home games against Connellsville and Albert Gallatin. Now the girls in action tonight. Laurel Highlands and Uniontown's boys teams will meet tomorrow night over at Bill Powers Stadium, at least one night from our taping here. Erica Tarr, little collision there with Shavery Ansel. Foul went on Tarr. Ansel will take the free kick with 100 seconds left before halftime. And from midfield, Caputa sends it along. Little header there from Ansel. Mustangs pick it back up. And there's a push as Chido goes down. Nothing called. Ball, though, is off of Mount Pleasant and outs. Chido took a pretty good shot there from Ansel, but she hopped right back up. We mentioned earlier, if you're just joining us, Laurel Highlands a player
1 minute
short out of their starting lineup. Nina Nickman suffered a head injury a few weeks ago. She's been in concussion protocol for Laurel Highlands. They expect to have her back for next week's match at Bell Vernon. Coming up on Monday, a big match for the Laurel Highlands girls. I mentioned how tight the conference is right now. Bell Vernon and Laurel Highlands both entering play today at 2-1-1 in the conference. We were down on the gold turf earlier on this year for the Laurel Highlands boys team. And the boys from Bell Vernon will be back here next Tuesday. A game we'll carry for you here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Final 10 seconds now in the first half, and it looks like we'll go to halftime mill between Laurel Highlands and Mount Pleasant.
5, 4.
Laurel Highlands in no hurry as Maggie Cunningham will put it down, and that'll do it for the first half. Scoreless between Laurel Highlands and Mount Pleasant. We'll be back in just a moment here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Score, Laurel Highlands 0 and Mount Pleasant 0. A reminder, everyone, that the concession stand is open to speak on over to get something to eat or drink through our 10-minute intermission. It's all sponsored by the Laurel Highlands Girls Soccer Boosters. And a reminder again, everyone, there is no smoking anywhere here on the property of the Laurel Highlands.
Tonight's game is being brought to you in part by State Representative Tim Mahoney of the 51st Legislative District. With offices in Uniontown and Chalk Hill, Representative Mahoney is dedicated to providing the best leadership and quality representation to his constituents. He can be reached at 66A Lebanon Avenue in Uniontown, 724-438-6100, and in Chalk Hill at 2925 National Pike, 724-437-2521. Good luck to all of the area teams from State Representative Tim Mahoney of the 51st Legislative District.
Chesler's Furniture at 601 Pittsburgh Street, Uniontown has been in business since 1950 and has a wide variety of furniture for all of your needs. At Chesler's, they have a wide assortment of living room recliners, kitchen sets, bedroom mattresses, and accessories that can decorate your home for years to come. Choose from many companies including Lazy Boy, Best, King Hickory, Hammery, Lancer, Wildwood, Von Bassett, and White Dove. Chesler's also services what they sell. Stop into Chesler's Fine Furniture, Route 51 north of Uniontown, and see Kim, Christy, Ted, and Rich. They'll be happy to help you with all of your needs. Chesler's Furniture, where customers send their friends.
We're back here at halftime. Laurel Highlands and Mount Pleasant tied. Mill. Not a score on either side through the first half. If you look at the Mount Pleasant Vikings, we mentioned coming into this match, 4-1-1 overall. Mount Pleasant ranked number 10 this week in the MSA Sports WPIL Girls Soccer 3A poll. Looking at the top 10, Moon undefeated at 7-0 at number 1. South Park at number 2. Montour at number 3. Mars at number 4, Oakland Catholic at number 5, South Fayette number 6, Central Valley 7, Chartiers Valley number 8, Franklin Regional number 9, and Mount Pleasant at number 10. Mount Pleasant the only team out of the Mustangs Conference Section 2 3A in the top 10. And we mentioned Mount Pleasant and Greensburg-Salem atop the 3A standings. Mount Pleasant 3-0-1, Greensburg-Salem 4-1. Laurel Highlands and Bell Vernon both 2-1-1, and Elizabeth Forward not far back at 1-1-3 again. The top 4 make the postseason this year, so it looks like 5 teams battling for 4 playoff spots atop the section. If you're watching this game on Atlantic Broadband or Armstrong Cable, we'd like to let you know that all of our broadcasts are available on YouTube as well. Just go to youtube.com and search South Union Television. You can also follow the South Union Township Sports Network on Facebook for program updates. That's facebook.com/South Union TV, and stay up to date with all of our programs and other events here on the South Union Township Sports Network. The Laurel Highlands boys soccer team, of course, also off to a nice start. They won last time out after this taping against Albert Gallatin 9-1. And they're 5-3-1 overall and 2-1 in conference play. We'll have them back on the network next week as they host the Bell Vernon Leopards on September the 27th. In your halftime score here, Laurel Highlands and Mount Pleasant scoreless here at Mustang Field. Second half match action comes your way next here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Colon cancer is the second leading cause of cancer deaths. Signs include abdominal pain and rectal bleeding. Colon cancer develops from a degenerating benign growth or polyp. Doctors performing colonoscopy are able to remove precancerous polyps, thus preventing colon cancer. This saves lives, and the American Cancer Society now recommends that everyone have a colonoscopy every 10 years, beginning at age 50. Doctors Ruthart, Calabrese, Stokes, and Ballou offer the latest diagnostic testing. SWGI, specialists in digestive health.
Good luck to the Mustangs from the South Union Township Supervisors, Rick Vernon, Jason Scott, and Robert Schiffbar.
Back here at Mustang Field, scoreless between Laurel Highlands and Mount Pleasant as we get ready to start the second half. Really haven't had too many offensive opportunities on either side. It's been a pretty nip and tuck first half. We'll see if that trend continues here into the second half. Of course, if the game is still tied after this 40-minute second half, we'll play 2 10-minute overtime periods. If the game is still tied after the 20 minutes of overtime, it goes into the books as a tie here in the regular season. Of course, if it was a postseason game, you'd have penalty kicks on either side. But here for the regular season, this goes into the books as a draw, and we talked about the number of draws so far in this section. Elizabeth Ford already with 3 draws through 5 games. Mustangs a draw already, and Mount Pleasant also 3-0-1. We'll see if the trend continues here tonight. Centered there from Grosser. Over to Allie Bloom. Bloom's shot blocked out in front by Maggie Cunningham. Cunningham's played a solid game so far for Laurel Highlands. She'll clear it down the far side. Headed back by the Vikings. Miller looking for a little touch there on the Laurel Highlands side. Forward to Bryn Lilly. A little pressure there from Chambers, trying to free it up to Erica Tarr. Touches it forward to Chambers again. Chambers into the box, try to reverse back to her right. And it broken up there by Maddie Petrakovich. And now cleared by Ali Caputa. In traffic, Allie Bloom. Abby Miller went down. Play goes wide on the far side. Anna Billy into the box. Billy looks to cross. Miller couldn't clear. Here's Allie Bloom. Fires and scores. First goal of the match comes here at the 38-16 mark of the first half from Allie Bloom of Mount Pleasant off of a missed clear from Laurel Highlands.
Number 4, Allie.
The Vikings strike first, and we're back in a moment here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Tonight's game is being brought to you in part by State Representative Tim Mahoney of the 51st Legislative District. With offices in Uniontown and Chalk Hill, Representative Mahoney is dedicated to providing the best leadership and quality representation to his constituents. He can be reached at 66A Lebanon Avenue in Uniontown, 724-438-6100, and in Chalk Hill at 2925 National Pike, 724-437-2521. Good luck to all of the area teams from State Representative Tim Mahoney of the 51st Legislative District.
Allie Bloom with the opening goal of this match. Coming here at the 38-16 mark of the first half. The Mustangs unable to clear the zone. Bloom finding the ball top of the box and sending it past Anna Sepik. Now Laurel Highlands will have to rally here from a goal deficit. They'll try to answer back Erica Tarr. This game's opened up a little bit. Misclear there from Christina Shagan. And the ball goes off of Laurel Highlands and out. Sherry Ansel on the throw-in. He'll fire it down the near line. Ansel again reloads near side. Long toss there, down to Bloom. Battling there with Lexi Grosser. That one scooped up by Anna Sepik. Couldn't really fault Sepik much for the Mount Pleasant goal. Didn't have too much of a play on it. After a laser shot from Allie Bloom. We'll see how much that changes the Mustangs' tactics here in the second half. Might see another striker in there moving forward. Of course, you don't want to jeopardize your back line too much either. This little spin move there from Grace Chambers, trying to settle it off to her left. Tatar got held up top of the box and knocked down. Nothing called. We play on, and that shot going high. Now we'll try to track down a loose ball here 4 minutes into the second half. An Allie Bloom goal now has Mount Pleasant on top 1-0. Ali Caputa to take the free kick. Went through Lexi Grosser. Now sent down by Christina Shagan. Touched there by Maggie Cunningham. Settled by Brianna Laser. Over to Lexi Grosser, who was Pressured on the play by Laurel Highlands' Macy Valek. Valek forward to Erica Tarr. Tarr got hit in the mouth. Might have caught an elbow there from Ali Caputa. Tarr's getting banged around tonight. Still scrumming in there for the Mustangs. It's a very physical Mount Pleasant team. I have to think Tarr's telling both George Vargo and Johnny Marcolini out there, hey, look, I'm getting beat up out there. You got to make a call. We've seen the game pretty loosely called so far. Only Donaldson trying to settle it down there for the Vikings. There's a foul called on Laurel Highlands. And Jenna Tui was knocked down on the far side. Mally Caputa will take another free kick here for the Vikings. Again, goes all the way through to Anna Sepik. Another header there from Caputa. Headed back on the Mustang side. From Lexi Harrigus. Vikings keep possession. Anna Billy. A touch there for Emily Donaldson. Bryn Lilly battles for the Mustangs. It's Anna Billy on control for Mount Pleasant into the box. Look out. Here's Lexi Grosser, and a save made there by Anna Sepik. We've seen a couple of holes in that Mustang back line here in the early minutes of the second half. The Mustangs are very solid defensively in the first half. There's another rush for the Vikings, and just going wide on the shot attempt from the far side. Mount Pleasant coming very close to making it 2-0. And that was Jenna Tui on the cross/shot out in front. The ball out of play off of Tui and out for Laurel Highlands goal kick. Grace Chambers trying to find it for the Mustangs, getting cleared out by the Vikings.
11, Hallie Jamison.
There really just haven't been too many holes for Laurel Highlands to really lead any kind of attacks into the Viking zone throughout the course of the evening. Mount Pleasant, another solid defensive effort here tonight. And you look at some of their results so far this season as Maggie Cunningham finds the loose ball here for Laurel Highlands. We'll watch this rush. Cunningham had chipped down to Grace Chambers. And on the clear out, safe play there from Ali Caputa, allowing some reinforcements to get back defensively. Cunningham to take the throw in. And on the far side, cross set in there by Chambers. Marmol had a shot at it. The Vikings send it back to center. Now they have a little open space coming back. Here's Allie Bloom. Off to her left again, Anna Billy. Forward on the rush. Pass was intended for Brianna Laser, and a nice send out there from Taylor Maggart defensively for Laurel Highlands, and Macy Valek also defending on that back line. Anna Billy again on the far side. The Vikings try to straddle that far line and do so. Now center to Lexi Grosser. Grosser with Kristen Marmol on her back will spin forward, but the Mustangs a solid double team there. Vikings now try to reset. Played back to Laser. Center top of the box intended there for Allie Bloom. We'll go back to Anna Sepik, the Mustang keeper. But you look at the Vikings' results early on. They had a 4-3 loss against Connellsville, rallied back with a 4-3 win against Bell Vernon in their opening two games. Then the defense has kind of shut things down. A 9-0 win over Albert Gallatin, a 2-2 draw against Elizabeth Forward, and then wins over Ringgold and Uniontown by scores of 3-2 and 3-1. So there haven't been too many defensive lapses on the Vikings side. And again, they enter this match unbeaten in their last 5 and now leading 1-0 here, 10 minutes into the second half. Trying to set up another attack here in the Laurel Highlands zone. Knocked down out in front there by Valek. Played back to Erica Tarr. And Erica goes high as Grace Chambers will try to track it down. 1-on-3 though. Chambers trying to lead the attack. Gets around Laser, now tripped up, and there's a foul called on Laser just outside the box. So Laurel Highlands, a great scoring opportunity here. The free kick will occur about 23 yards out. Johnny Marcolini right on the spot as the Mustangs try to knot this match up. Maggie Cunningham will put it down. Cunningham hand in the air to take the free kick, and she'll lob it high. So the Mustangs not really making much of that scoring opportunity. A free kick from 23, unable to generate a shot on goal. Now will be Caputa to take the free kick on the other side for the Vikings. No pressure there from Erica Tarr. Ball stays in play. Tarr looking to center, a little bicycle kick, got tripped up. Is that a foul in the box? Or is it going to be a dangerous play on Tarr? I think that's going to be the call.
Re-entering the game for Mount Pleasant.
So Tarr called for the dangerous play.
Also,
free kick here for the Vikings. And Caputa to take another free kick. Ball again out. Fired back here by Kristen Marmel. Headed back out by the Vikings and Christina Shagan. Shagan out of play there as she attempted to boot it back. Marmel another throw in here on the Mustang side. Marmel into the box. Touched back here by Lexi Salopek. Played into Anna Billy. Touch ahead to Allie Bloom. On the run down the far side, Allie Caputa. Check that 20, Courtney Harvey. And the ball out of play off of Mount Pleasant and out. Harvey unable to track it down. Of course, this is a new conference for both Mount Pleasant and Laurel Highlands this year. Mount Pleasant playing in 2A a year ago in a 3A system, or 3 classification system. And now with 4 classifications, Mount Pleasant going from 2A to 3A, Laurel Highlands going, basically staying 3A, but now with the new 4A classification introduced, Laurel Highlands no longer playing with the biggest schools in the WPIAL. Certainly a competitive edge now for the Mustangs, and a shot just going wide there from Sherry Ansel. And Laurel Highlands has shown that so far this season. And entering the match today, 3-2-2. After a 6-12 season a year ago. Laurel Highlands did end 2015 on a winning note, winning their final regular season game in a non-conference game over Southmoreland. But the conference wins were tough to come by against some of the top dogs in the WPIAL, including the Norwin Knights and Penn Trafford. Some stiff competition when you're playing some of the largest schools in the WPIAL. That one, it's got a mile high by Christina Shagan. Now Courtney Harvey to try to track it down. Vikings try to reset, and Maggie Cunningham on the clear back there for the Mustangs. Header there from Caputa. Off the body of Ansel. And out of play again on the far side. With 25:45 left here in the second half, still 1-0. Mount Pleasant over Laurel Highlands. Brian Morozak alongside Jerry Dupay here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Ball again rolling back to Anna Sepik. I mentioned the Mustangs 3-2-2 overall. They started off the season with a 3-3 draw against Connellsville here in the Fayette County tournament. Lost a tough one to Bentworth 3-1. Bentworth, though, has had a solid soccer program over the years on both the boys and the girls side. A good friend of mine, Matt Messner, I've known for many years, very involved in the Bentworth soccer program up there, and they do a tremendous job from the 4- and 5-year-old level on up. As far as some of the smaller school programs around the WPIAL, Bentworth year in and year out is the top, both on the girls and the boys side, especially in the Mon Valley area. After that loss against Bentworth, the Mustangs
number 12,
went unbeaten in a period of 4 games, a 12-2 win over Albert Gallatin, followed up by a 4-1 win over Southmoreland. Drew Elizabeth forward 3-3, a little collision there on the field between Lexi Salopek and the Mustangs. Macy Valek is once again Anna Sepik controls for Laurel Highlands. After the draw against Elizabeth Ford, the Mustangs shut out Uniontown 9-0. Were leading last time out against Greensburg-Salem 1-0 and gave up 5 unanswered. If you look at some comparable scores, we mentioned Laurel Highlands' 9-0 win over Uniontown. The Red Raiders played the Vikings to a tight 3-1 decision. Obviously, comparable is tough to go by, but you got to figure this game would be nip and tuck, and it has been so far. But unfortunately for the Mustangs, they're on the losing end of a 1-0 game right now with 23.5 minutes of game action left as Maggie Cunningham sends it down the field. And in Grace Chambers' direction, but the Vikings come out of their own zone with the ball again. And work it down the far touchline, Allie Bloom. And a nice little pass ahead there to Brianna Laser. Laser trying to turn it out of the far corner. We'll get some help playing it back to Courtney Harvey. Centers top of the box to Lexi Salopek. The shot just goes high. And another Mustang goal kick. And if you're watching this broadcast on Atlantic Broadband or Armstrong Cable, all of our games also available on demand at your convenience on our YouTube page. Just search South Union TV. You can follow the South Union Township Sports Network on Facebook as well. Shot there from 23 yards out, going high from Allie Bloom.
A reminder, I'd like to let you all know.
Up next for the
Sports Network games and programs are now
Vikings.
online.
They'll play a non-conference game hosting Greensburg Central Catholic before
Township Television or follows
returning to conference action on Monday,
on Facebook,
hosting Greensburg-Salem.
That's Facebook.SouthUnionTV.
A foul call here. It's Mount Pleasant in the midfield. Maggie Cunningham to take the free kick. Headed back there by Lexi Grosser. Little collision there between Macy Valek and Lexi Salopek. Ball again out of play. And if you like defensive soccer, this has been a match for you tonight. Amanda Means to trigger it in. Get another sub here on the Mount Pleasant side. 1-0 Vikings. We'll step aside for a quick timeout here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Southwestern Endoscopy Center is a state-licensed and Medicare-certified facility and emphasizes privacy, comfort, caring, and safety. For colonoscopies and upper GI endoscopies, painless procedures are done with twilight sedation given by a board-certified anesthesiologist. The center accepts most insurance plans and is staffed by Doctors Ruthhart, Calabrese, Stokes, and Ballou. SWGI, specialists in digestive health.
Into the game from Mount Pleasant, number 22, Sherry Ansel.
Sherry Ansel back into the Mount Pleasant side as the Vikings send it down the field.
Game for Laurel Highlands, number 30.
It's intended there for Courtney Harvey going out of play. And Taylor Brady seeing our first match action on the Laurel Highlands side. We'll take this throw in. And again, it's the Vikings that pick up possession. Looking there for Lexi Salopik on the front line. Denied by Macy Valek. Caputa trying to reset. Back down to Salopik. Ball will go out of play. This time Laurel Highlands throwing. We're midway through the second half now. 20 minutes of regulation time left. Only one goal scored in the match. That was by Allie Bloom. A minute 44 into the second half. That's been the difference so far. Anna Billy settles it down on the far side. Touch there from Allie Bloom. Pressured by Amanda Means. On the run down to Courtney Harvey. Harvey far corner, looks for the cross, blocked out in front. Mustangs look to clear it out. Vikings again play at top of the 18. Laurel Highlands able to send it back up to Erica Tarr. Nice run here from Tarr. Needs some help though. Tarr goes down again looking for a foul. We're going to have a foul, or was the ball out here on the near side? Defending was Christina Shagan, number 19. And the ruling is here a foul against Mount Pleasant. So once again, Maggie Cunningham to take the free kick, this time from 33 yards out on the near side. Cunningham goes high, sends it into the box. Chambers on the back post, unable to track it down. Chambers was fronted by Emily Donaldson. Was unable to track down the ball. Changes again on each side. For the Mustangs, Erica Tarr and Grace Chambers, I believe, have gone the entire way on that front line. We thought early on Chambers went down. She was still in the game. It was Kristen Marmol at the time that exited. I don't think Tarr's left the pitch either. Maggart takes this throw in for Laurel Highlands.
Re-entering the game from Laurel Highlands, number 13, Sydney Chido, and number 18, Taylor Maggart. Re-entry for the Vikings.
Settled down there by Allie Bloom.
Laser.
And Haley Jamison back into the game for the Mustangs. Defended that last play. Cunningham back up to Erica Tarr. Goes over Tarr and controlled coming out by Allie Caputa of Mount Pleasant. Caputa down to Courtney Harvey. Now Taylor Brady will play it back down the far touchline for Laurel Highlands. Erica Tarr over to Chambers, back to Tarr. A little header out there from Allie Caputa. And a foul. I think it'll go on Cunningham here. It will. Of course, the Mustang football season going on as well. Laurel Highlands, number of close games so far this season. The homecoming game coming up this Friday. Hope you've enjoyed all the action so far this season with Gary Frankhauser, Vince Capozzi, and Rick Frank. They do a tremendous job every Friday night. It'll be Vince and Rick, I believe, for the homecoming game this week on the South Union Township Sports Network. Gary's back next week. Always entertaining. And the South Union coverage also featured live as part of bonus coverage on WMBS every Friday night. Nice to have a partnership there, WMBS and the South Union Township Sports Network. Friday night high school football. The football replays, of course, on TV every Sunday and Tuesday, and also up on the YouTube page. A little run there from Lexi Salopek, but the ball picked up by Anna Sepik. Mustang's going to have to start watching the clock. Down to 15:39. Left here in the second half. Laurel Highlands still needs a goal. Down 1-0. Petrakovich, a little trouble there on the Mount Pleasant back line. First time really seen the Vikings get a little sloppy here tonight. Marmel on the throw and into Erica Tarr. This is how Mount Pleasant scored their goal after the Mustangs failed on a clearing opportunity. Sid Chido there for the Mustangs. She'll corral it in, try to reset back to Taylor Brady. Brady chips back down to Grace Chambers, and when Chambers, I'm sure, feels she should have brought in as the ball goes off of Laurel Highlands again and out. Allie Bloom down the far line. Mustangs another poke there from Brady. Marmel trying to play it forward there to Taylor Maggart. Now the Vikings on the far side. Courtney Harvey loses the handle. Mentioning the football season, the Laurel Highlands Uniontown football game, always one of the highlights on the calendar, coming up in mid-October, October the 14th this year. For the second straight year, the game will be played here at Laurel Highlands. Always a full house when the Red Raiders and the Mustangs battle it out on the gridiron. Looking forward to October the 14th. Always a fun-filled community night. Erica Tarr unable to corral in that pass. Allie Caputa sends it back down. Play there by Kristen Marmel. Caputa looks to go wide. Couple of headers there on each side. Now 3 in a row. Cunningham back up. The Mustangs with still 4 back defensively with 13:25 to play down a goal, and the Vikings trying to lead another rush up here, and that shot knocked down by Anna Sepik. It was taken by Allie Bloom. Bloom, who has scored the only Vikings goal of the night, that one going off of Sepik and out. So we'll have a Vikings corner kick here from the near side, as Mount Pleasant looks for an insurance goal here with 13 minutes left in the match. Allie Bloom to take it. And Bloom sends it into the box. Traffic out in front. Look out. Vikings able to generate a shot, but they still keep possession. Bloom reloads again. Push back. Sent high there from Shagan. Loose out in front and knocked out of play by Anna Sepik with Brianna Laser right on the doorstep.
Into the game just recently on re-entry for Laurel Highlands, number 5, Amanda Means. And number 2, Lexi Grosser for the Vikings.
So another corner kick to be taken here by Anna Billy. Billy from the far side, line drive near far post, Billy gets it back. Looks to send it top of the box. There is Allie Caputa. Caputa dances off to her right. Caputa still in open space. Her shot attempt blocked there by Laurel Highlands' Macy Valek. Rolling is off of Valek and out. So the corner count continuing to rise here on the Vikings side. Allie Bloom to take another corner kick in front of one of our match officials, George Vargo. Bloom goes high. Action on the far side as Laser tries to track it down, goes into the corner. Ali Caputa there. Caputa was fronted by a Mustang on the far side, and the ruling is a foul there on Mount Pleasant, so a free kick here for Laurel Highlands. It's played back to center. Erica Tarr trying to track it down. Shagan looking for the clear one off of Tarr and out. So Shagan and the Vikings keep possession. Christina will take the throw-in. That one off of Amanda Means and out. Only Mustang senior on the roster this year. Here's Tarr on the run. Tarr in open space. Look out. Laurel Highlands trying to tie this match up. Tarr into the box. Low shots. And the save made there by Chelsea Frock. And Frock will roll it out on the far side. Nice run from Erica Tarr. And she felt a little pressure from behind. Slipped a little bit on that shot attempt. Went down on the release and maybe not generating quite the velocity she wanted to on that shot attempt. As Valek sends it back in here for the Mustangs. Final 10 minutes of regulation. Mustangs still down a goal, 1-0. Handball there. Off the arm of Sherry Ansel. Free kick for Maggie Cunningham. Cunningham again into the box. Mustangs again failing to generate much action. I wonder if we'll see Dave Sahida maybe insert another striker here for the final 9 minutes or so. Laurel Highlands still with 4 back defensively. Wonder here if the final 10 minutes or so, you'll see the Mustangs take a few more chances. Try to throw another player or two forward and try to generate another scoring attack. Played out by Macy Valek. At this point, you really don't have to worry about conceding much else. You're down a goal. It's not going to make too much difference if you lose 1-0 or 2-0. Need 25 left. Laurel Highlands getting set to make a couple of changes. 2 players getting sent to enter here on the far side. We'll take a quick timeout here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Ali Caputa on the boots. Goes down to Macy Valek. Feeling the pressure there from Lexi Grosser. Sherry Ansel will take this throw-in. We'll check the changes for you here on the Mustang side, and Mount Pleasant making some changes as well, down to 7:38 left here in the second half. Shagan to take this throw-in. That one played out off of Courtney Harvey and out, so the Mustangs will get it back. Maggie Cunningham gives way to Amanda Means for the throw-in. Means down to Erica Tarr, heeled forward. And played back by Ali Caputa of Mount Pleasant. Abby Miller on that back line for Laurel Highlands. Miller looking for some open space. Sent ahead to Amanda Means. Mustangs now with 3 on the attack. Means off to her left to Erica Tarr. Foot race with Tarr and Shagan. Shagan a diving attempt, knocked the ball out of play. Tarr to reload, 6:44 left in regulation. Mustangs still down 1. Tarr top of the 18. And there's a trip up. I thought it was in the box. This should be a penalty kick. Abby Chambers was tripped up. And they're going to rule this just outside the 18. I don't know, Johnny Marcolini. I thought she was inside the box when the contact was made. Mustang fans saying the same thing. That was in the box. So Erica Tarr will take it just outside the 18. Boy, tough break there on the Laurel Highlands side. They'll back up the wall 10 yards. 6 minutes left. Still a great scoring opportunity. Tarr from just over 18 yards out will fire with a left foot far post. Deflected out by the Vikings. Played back in there by Valek. And the save made by Chelsea Frock. So the Mustangs bringing Abby Chambers in on that front line. Got tripped up. As far as the referees saw, top of the 18. Not in the box. Solid defense again from the Vikings. We stay 1-0. I'd like to see Jerry roll that one back on instant replay. See if Chambers was actually inside the box when the initial contact was made. To both Chambers out there now. Abby and Grace on the Laurel Highlands side. Of course, Abby fresh. As the Mustangs look for the equalizer here in the final 5 minutes. 4:48 left here in the second half. Taylor Brady on the throw-in. Abby Chambers battling there for the Mustangs. This one off of Laurel Highlands and out. We'll continue to watch the clock down to 4:20 left in regulation. Sherry Ansel on this throw-in. Now the Vikings may be taking a little more time now with a 1-0 lead. That one off of Jamison and out. Ansel again on the throw. So it'll be scooped up by the junior Anna Sepik. Sepik, one of 4 juniors in the Laurel Highlands starting lineup. We mentioned Amanda Means, the lone senior. 4 sophomores and 2 freshmen, Sid Chido and Lexi Harrigus, getting starts here tonight on the Mustang side. Brady and Abby Chambers now checking out with 3 minutes left. Might as well throw everyone forward right now, down a goal. Don't have too much to lose at this point. Headed there by Abby Miller. Played ahead by Macy Valek and out. 2:40 now left. Christina Shagan taking the throw-in. Shagan down the field, and this one all the way back to Anna Sepik again. With 2:20 left. Touch on each side. And the Vikings lose it out here on the near side. Courtney Harvey unable to keep it in play. Fired back in by Valek. And look out on a run back is Lexi Salopek just going wide. The keeper Anna Sepik way out. Down to 1:50 left. Josh Pajak, the head coach of the Mount Pleasant Vikings, say, hey, everyone get way back here for the final 90 seconds. Want to make sure he gets ready to park the bus here for the final 90 seconds of the match. The Mustangs really have to go in full attack mode. 1:13 now left. The Vikings have about 10 players back in their own zone, so they're certainly in a solid defensive mode, and Laurel Highlands just unable to really even generate any action. And about 40 yards of the Mount Pleasant goal. This little back and forth action. Exactly what the Vikings want to see. On a 45 seconds left. Allie Bloom settles it down. Possession time will waste time now on the Vikings side. Might even see him take it to the corner flag, but a shot taken here just going wide from Lexi Salopek. 25 seconds left. You need some urgency now on the Laurel Highlands side. Down to 20 seconds left. Let's go. Down to 17 left. Down to 13 left. You got to start running up the field. Here's Maggie Cunningham on the chip ahead. 3 running down. Last opportunity for the Mustangs. 5 seconds left. Ball sent wide, and that'll do it. Mount Pleasant will hang on. The Vikings improve to 5-1-1 overall. 4-0-1 in conference play. The Mustangs drop to 3-3-2 overall and 2-2-1 in conference play. The lone goal of the match scored by Allie Bloom. 1:44 into the second half. That was the difference tonight, a 1-0 win for the Mount Pleasant Vikings over the Laurel Highlands Mustangs here tonight. And tonight's game was brought to you as a joint cooperative venture featuring Township Supervisors Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott, Atlantic Broadband, Armstrong Cable, and our friends at CUTV, including Gary Smith. Gonna Brian Morozak with Jerry Dupay. Your final score 1-0. Mount Pleasant over Laurel Highlands. You've heard in the background in his 38th year. On the mic, Barry Rosner here as the public address announcer at Laurel Highlands High School. Vikings win at 1-0 over the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. For Jerry and Barry, this is Brian Morozak. Have yourselves a pleasant good evening. This has been a South Union Township Sports Network presentation.